Can you really eat fast food while losing fat? Most people assume that when it comes to losing weight, that takeaway and weight loss can't go two and two together. They have to be separate things. Like if you're going to be losing weight, you're not touching takeaway at all or very minimally. And if you're not losing weight, it's probably because you're eating a lot of takeaway. This is completely wrong and this can be further from the truth. All of our clients who've got results with us have been able to eat takeaway. You do not need to cut it out, you just need a smarter plan behind it. And before I get too much into it, I have got a fast food for fat loss takeaway guide. It has all the best options from all your favorite Australian fast food joints, so if you want the best high protein, low calorie options, go to my Instagram at landonquinn.coaching and just message me the word fast food so I know you came from this video. I'll send you that free guide now. You won't regret it, it's super helpful, has so many options. Yes, while there is a lot of unhealthy and bad options for takeaway for fat loss, doesn't mean there's absolutely none at all. If you actually know what to look for, there's heaps of really good options. So what do you look for? Well, when it comes to fat loss, obviously it's down to being a calorie deficit. But another important thing is also keeping your protein high so that the food is satiating, because protein is the most satiating nutrient, which means that you'll be fuller for longer. So ideally, when you're looking for, low calorie foods, you also want them to be, dominant in protein. For example, if you go to GYG, they have a GYG Caesar salad, and if you get some extra chicken with this, the protein is bumped up. And the macros actually don't look too bad at all. Or if you go to Grilled and you get yourself a burger, and instead of getting chips, or if you just get a smaller portion of chips, or if you just replace the chips and get another healthier side, like the HFC bites, which are packed with protein, and they also taste great. You can also make some really decent macros with that too. Same with KFC if you get grilled options instead of the original recipe. There's even that Chris Williamson guy that has his own meal at KFC, which is like a high protein meal deal that you can get from there. I don't know exactly what it includes, but I just know it's a pretty good burger. A pretty tasty burger that most people would enjoy. And it's in a meal with Coke Zero and something else. There's multiple different fast food restaurants with multiple different good options. Take a look at that guide that I mentioned before. It has all the best options available to you right now, so you don't have to go and find it yourself. Touching back on some of our clients who've got results while still eating takeaway. Ones I want to mention is Shub, who lost 21 kilos and he was having takeaway every week, multiple times a week as well. He worked long hours in a warehouse and he was also on call most of the time too. So that means that sometimes, things didn't go to plan and he had to use takeaway as a backup option. But also when he got to the weekends as well, he just liked to have a bit of a reset, let himself enjoy a bit of takeaway, something a bit tasty at the end of the week for smashing his training and his nutritional goals. And obviously kept all of this within his nutritional goals as well. We had Brant, who was literally living abroad in the Netherlands. He lost 11 kilos in 12 weeks. He was eating out very regularly and enjoying, the party life in Netherlands, but still getting in the shape of his life too. I even get takeaway multiple times myself. If you guys haven't seen on my Instagram, I've been doing a photo shoot prep, which is literally a week away now. I've got my photo shoot in 1 week. I'm down 12 kilos in 14 weeks as well. And I've been having takeaway, in my first few months of prep, I was having takeaway about 3 to 4 times a week. But now, because I'm in that last sort of month, I'm a bit more restrictive. I'm having about twice a week now. The options that I'm having from these takeaway places are a lot more restrictive as well. But it's not always going to be like this because it's just the last 4 weeks for the photo shoot prep. So I really want to tighten things up. But if you're just looking for weight loss in general, there's heaps of options that you can still really enjoy while losing weight. Some helpful tips for planning around takeaway and what you should be getting, apart from looking at the fast food for fat loss guide that I've got, it would be looking at the menu online, seeing what options are available. Usually with popular fast food restaurants, they have nutritional information available online. If they don't, yes, it does make things a bit tricky, but just use some common sense, look at the foods. For example, if it's a steak, what type of steak. Search it up online and get a bit of an estimate if you look at ChatGPT or something like that and ask it for a bit of a calorie estimate. Most places will have the nutritional information if they're fast food. Look at that menu online, make a decision before you get it and pre-track it into your day of eating if you're tracking your calories. And if you need to as well, you can use other approaches like our calorie boost approach, which we use to give clients extra calorie freedom on the weekends. If you guys want a rundown of how the calorie boost approach works, just give me a message. I'll be happy to explain it to you. Preparation is key with anything in life, and fat loss is no different. If you're not preparing and doing your research, looking into meals that are going to fit your nutritional goals, and you're not hitting those nutritional goals, then you're not going to lose weight. Simple as that. And you're probably wondering why I'm encouraging you guys to have takeaway options, because, obviously it doesn't quite beat having a home-cooked meal that might be, whole foods and all that. Generally, life is busy, and, also you want to be able to enjoy your eating, and you can still do that and keep most of your eating healthy, but still have time to enjoy some of these foods while losing weight. Because the average person is not a bodybuilder. You need to enjoy your life and you can still reach your goals while doing that too. For a lot of people, have this impression that they have to cut out takeaway. Their fat loss phase is not going to last because they're going to get, a few weeks in where they're being really restrictive. Yes, they might be seeing good progress, but as soon as they go out to a social event and they're really trying to avoid having that meal out and they get that FOMO, that fear of missing out, and they get those intense cravings, as soon as they give in to these cravings, they're going to feel terrible and they're going to be like, stuff going back to that plan. I'll start again Monday. and they just won't start again Monday because they'll think stuff that, why would I bother doing such a restrictive plan? I'm just going to enjoy my life. But what if you had a plan that could actually fit in that takeaway? And with the information I've given you guys today, you can do that. On the Lean and Quit coaching program, we just want to create the most sustainable plan for people so they can lose fat, still enjoy their lives. I guarantee is literally that clients will lose 5-10 kilos in the first 90 days, and that'll include their favorite foods daily and not having to cut out social events either. So if like our clients who want to lose 5-10 kilos in the next 90 days without having to sacrifice all the finer things in life, go to my Instagram at leanandquint.coaching and just message me the word transform so I know you came from this video. We'll get you started.